Hi there, traders. This is Brad Goodwin with today's trading action. All right, now there's a bit going on in the markets, and it's coming back to what I was saying yesterday, right? The move in the US dollar is massively overdone. Now, the dollar weakens against the euro and Swiss franc as market digests Fed speeches. It can take a couple of days for the market to sort of calculate what is actually fair value for the dollar and what were the Fed talking about. Now, there hasn't really been much out, right? And if we have a look at the charts here, you can start to see euro starting to come to the forefront, rally a bit. Sterling also coming back, and then you're starting to see small moves here across the board, right? So, and dollar Swiss, I mean, it's had a nice move through the top side there, and now sort of starting to fall. This is the dollar starting to give back some of those gains, which I think were largely an imbalance of positions in the market. All right, so the key part to all of this is just working out where momentum is. And Mondays, it can take Monday to get that rebalance happening. So just have a look through the key numbers today. There's not like really big numbers coming out. Now, the S&P numbers out in Australia, they aren't really a thing, right? They aren't like the offshore numbers. Now, we do have some German PMI numbers as well as the Eurozone and also UK services PMI numbers. And then you've got some housing numbers and some S&P PMI numbers out of the US. So this is like second, third tier numbers, right? They're not going to sort of really send a shockwave through the market. Now, I've got to tell you, I had a bit of a blunder yesterday. So looking at the live signals, right? You've got to hit these things when they are available. Like at the moment, we are seeing a lot of things line up and a few of the major currency pairs, not all of them, right? Euro's going up, dollar Swiss is going down, dollar yen's going down, but they are in the wrong area as far as the alerts go. Now, yesterday I was having a look at the signals, and I saw a very clear signal on Euro Kiwi. Now, I was rushing out to play golf, and I thought, you know what? I'm only going to play 9 holes. I'll be less than 2 hours, right? So I go out, have a look around, come back. What happens is it's like this is one of those things that can really bend you out of shape. And I'm telling you, just to show you that it can happen to anyone. Now, Euro Kiwi was overdone, and it's drifting sideways. I was mentioning yesterday that Kiwi has got a negative sentiment attached to it at the moment, right? So that's one thing. Euro is quite positive, with sterling a little bit mixed. Now, this signal was sort of triggered around around in the 30s. Okay. So, and I'm thinking, well, you know what? How far is Euro Kiwi going to go in 2 hours, right? The start of Europe. Well, by the time I got back, it was up at least 50 points and it went up another 20 or 25 afterwards. So I've just left about 80 points on the table from a very clear signal just because I was running out to play golf, right? That can, I'm just a little bit pissed off with that. And I want you to understand it because I've been doing this a long time. And it's not because I saw the signal and I didn't want to sort of do it. I quickly got up the charts. I thought, well, hang on a second. I've got to be down there in 10 minutes. I'll just get going. And it's bugged me. So as soon as I saw it, it's bugged me right through the night. So I just wanted to let you know, if there's a signal, confirm it, have a look through your charts. If it actually lines up like Euro Kiwi does or did, right, then hit it, right? Don't sort of stand around and sort of wait for something else. Wait for me to tell you to get onto the trade, right? The signals are there to be hit. Now let's have a look at what's happening with those US interest rate yields. Pretty steady, right? They haven't moved. So what we've seen is the Fed have come out, right? The 30-year treasuries were at 4.65. So they've come back a bit, but now this is fair value now. So the dollar is neutral from right now, and I think it's going to go down a little bit, but we need to see some economic numbers to really confirm that, right? So outside of that, what do I expect? Well, I think we're going to see the dollar just drift a little bit, and we might see a little bit more upside in euro, sterling, etc., dollar Swiss to the downside. Now, where's the move going to come from? Well, it's going to come from the fundamentals. And that's why we're sort of looking through the calendar, trying to work out, what's going to move it. Well, we do have some PMI numbers out of the Eurozone and out of Germany, right? So they would be your go-to. And I much prefer euro over sterling, right? Just at the moment, because Sterling's got that sort of the issue with government debt. They've got this big budget coming out, taxes. It's all a little bit of a calamity, and we are seeing that sporadically hit sterling, right? So euro looks like a better bet. Aussie and Kiwi a little bit deflated after last week's Aussie employment numbers and the GDP numbers out of New Zealand. They give us a target, in particular the Kiwi, right? Keep an eye on the Kiwi crosses. You want to be looking to get short Kiwi against most things. And if you find an instrument that's looking quite strong, like the Swissy and Euro, right? These two work hand in hand, then we're going to have some good trading opportunities there. That's the key right now at the start of the week, right? There's not much happening on the majors, but I tell you what, the devil in the detail on the crosses, keep an eye on those because that's where the cash is. All right. So that's pretty much it, guys. There's not much else happening. The usual sort of Donald, he's got his hand in about 5 different pies there. And we'll see how the rest of the day plays out. All right. Have a good one. All the best. Cheerio.